Hi, we're the Psychic Twins.
I'm Terry.
And I'm Linda.
I'm Shane. And I'm from the future.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
'Cause we're talking about time travel today,
This
Shane.
is a fun one.
I'm so ready. Okay, so
Me
time
too.
travel.
I'm ready.
I get so frustrated when people say like, oh, it's not possible. Because if you
Yeah.
think about time as it is, which is like this, it will be possible in probably 1,000 years, which means that people are probably doing it
course
right
it will.
now.
They
Yes.
are doing it.
Yes, although,
Yeah.
you know, there are so many forms of time travel.
Mm-hmm.
Shane, you know, we use past life regression to recover our memories. We're actually trained in past life regression. We'll have to do that for a video with you one day.
To recover memory.
But we use automatic writing to travel back in time and, you know, describe what your past lives are. And also we go into the future with our automatic writing.
In a way, it's kind of like going through a wormhole when we do access other dimensional universes, other access energy fields, and
Yeah,
that's how we
because-
get our information for past and future.
We believe that there's really no limit to what the mind and spirit are capable of. A lot of scientists don't believe that time travel is even possible. Einstein believes that it's possible to travel into the future, though.
Well, his theory of relativity and special relativity, those two theories were what set the stage for the whole conversation about time travel. And that's how the whole thing started. Time travel might be possible in a region of space-time that is warped in a certain way. A lot of people say it's not possible. Stephen Hawking and Kip Thorne, a theoretical physicist from Caltech, say that they think it is possible.
Well, they think it's possible
Yeah.
to go into the future, but not the past, really,
Yeah.
because that's already happened. They think it's a very slight possibility it could happen in the future through
think it
wormholes, but wormholes are so tiny. They would have to find a way to expand
Make
them.
a larger one and then travel through it at the speed of light or faster than the speed of light.
But so time travel will become a thing for sure.
Oh yeah.
But what if it becomes something that's used so commonly? Like if
Yeah.
if you want to like go, you know, if you're like, oh, my birthday's next week. Oh, I wish it was right now. Oh, and then it is.
And then
you know,
you're
like,
there.
maybe
Sure.
that'll, or maybe like when they kill somebody, what's it called? Execution.
Yeah.
Yes.
Instead of like actually executing them,
Yeah.
pressing a button and they just age and then they die.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
I
wow.
never thought about that.
Wow.
Or plastic
That's
surgery.
ridiculous.
That's
Plastic surgery,
interesting.
they age you backwards and then like your face gets like younger.
That I believe
Oh,
will be possible.
wow.
I'm ready.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow. Sort of
Yes.
like Photoshop, but
Yeah.
In real
reality.
It's funny you should bring that
Time
up.
tune.
Time
When do you
tune.
think they would have that by now?
You would.
It's like,
you
come
would.
on.
You know, and this whole thing called cryogenics. Have you heard about freezing your head or freezing your whole body so that
They do
in the
that.
hopes that in 200 years or 300 years science can thaw you out and then cure your diseases or bring you back to life?
Wait. So
Yeah.
I've heard about this. I didn't know if it was
Yeah.
a real thing.
No, it's
So
real.
people, but are they doing this when they're alive?
Oh, well, no, you have to legally be declared dead to be
Yes.
frozen. And what they do is they drain your body of blood, they fill your body with liquid nitrogen and put you in a giant cylinder tank. And, or if you just want your head done, that's another option. They cut off your head, drain it of blood, inject liquid nitrogen, and then they ship it to Russia or the US. There are actually places in the United States, cryogenics is one, Alcor is another, and they charge $28,000 minimum to do a head
Okay.
and $200,000 for the whole body.
But if you do your head and in the future or whatever, then what? Your head comes back? How do they?
The
get your
body
head
is
back?
cloned. They can
clone your body.
They can clone your
and
body
attach your head.
and attach it in
Hundreds
200
of-
300 years from now. That's just an option.
Walt Disney did this, I believe.
Yeah,
Correct
it's
me if
called
I'm wrong.
cryopreservation when they just take the head, and it's cheaper, obviously.
Baseball
than the
star
whole-
Ted Williams. Baseball star Ted Williams actually was frozen cryogenic.
Yeah, he's frozen, and Muhammad Ali was interested in it. Walt Disney investigated the whole thing of cryotherapy.
Now,
Cryopreservation.
So if they were to freeze us. So I guess that to me is insinuating though that are these people who don't believe in an afterlife? Because if somebody
Clearly.
froze me and then brought me back in 200 years, would I be like, "Oh, I was in hell, I saw the devil, I saw this." You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying you will not have much of a memory. From what I've researched, you won't have a real memory of the life before. I don't believe that.
I don't believe that. 'Cause I don't think that the
that we
spirit,
would.
when we die, I don't believe the spirit ever loses consciousness.
No.
Even people that are in a coma
No.
are conscious.
No.
Even people that are dying are
Right.
conscious spirits. That we believe in reincarnation.
They can
we're
hear you.
Buddhists.
Yeah.
So we believe believe that you are reborn. I think that this comes out of fear. It feels like it's, oh, I'm
Yeah.
afraid I'm not going to be reborn.
But where's the heads? Because here's another thing. If, it takes 300 or 400 years for them to be able to, recreate a dead body or whatever. But like, where are the bodies and...
They're in cylinders.
But
And
what if there's
sometimes
a
the heads are all
war?
together in a big cylinder.
What if there's a war and you lose your head?
lose your heads?
literally?
Or what if the people in charge, like, they're gonna die, and then the new people that are like, I don't want to work here. Like, then what if there's just a bunch of frozen heads under the ground? You know what I mean? Who's gonna find my head?
well,
I know. It's
that's
the logistics.
It's anybody's
people.
guess.
It doesn't make any sense. It's stupid. It
I'll
should be
tell
good.
you, people are even freezing their pets. You can even have frozen pets with cryogenics.
Yes.
This miraculous science. People,
Little
I know
Cheeto.
somebody that froze a dog that they just were so in love with.
That's crazy. That dog
Nice,
doesn't give a
really.
fuck. When that dog dies, he's so happy. He's like, thank God.
We had a friend come over and literally she had her stuffed dog with her.
God, I remember
Yes.
that. I was horrified.
Yes.
It gave her
Was
comfort, It wasn't frozen, but it was stiff.
Actually, our grandfather one of our grandfathers invented
You
taxidermy.
can't fix stupid.
And it freaks me out. It really freaks me out.
It's kind of creepy. If you can imagine it, it is being done by someone,
Yes.
somewhere.
But yeah, you're right. If the head is frozen, then what if it's
Yeah.
lost? The wrong people take charge. You know.
But we're
What
getting
if-
ahead of
Or
ourselves.
like, what if some crazy person takes over the world, like some like dictator, and
Oh,
they're like,
I wonder who that would be.
he'll be dead.
Three
And they'll
X's.
be like, bring all the frozen heads to me. I'm gonna make them prisoners, and then they bring me back to life, and now I'm a fucking prisoner.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh, it could easily happen.
It's very
Yes.
possible. Anything is possible.
They can clone people, They can clone sheep and
Yeah.
they can clone
yeah.
every body part.
Every
they can
type-
really pretty much clone.
Oh.
But we were already cloned, so we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on the freezing.
Yeah, me too. I don't like being cold anyway.
It's such a creepy thing, but science does not have the technology to reanimate a frozen corpse yet.
Not yet.
We're assuming 200-300 years they will, and maybe they will cure diseases that weren't able to be cured because that person will possess the disease in their body, and if they haven't cured it, maybe they can then figure out a cure.
Whew. So if time travel is happening right now, which it is,
Yeah.
what does that mean? So is somebody, they can go back to the past, and if they do go back to the past and they mess with something, does it change everything?
Yeah, but see, the reason that scientists don't believe it's possible to do that, to go back into the past, is because everything is based on cause and effect. Buddhism is based on the law of cause and effect. So we believe, karma is you eat too much, you get fat. Anybody can understand that. You can't reverse that.
And have an effect lead to a cause.
Right.
That's impossible. So that's what makes it hard to go back in time. It's very complicated, you guys. Look it up.
It's more
just-
likely to happen where we
It's-
travel into
Well,
the
It's
I think
really
they'll-
complicated.
I think they'll be able to look at the past. So, for example, this is the
Yes.
science thing that I'm not a scientist, but if you go out in space far enough and you look back at Earth with a crazy telescope,
Yeah.
you can see into the past because the way that light,
Fractals.
you
Yeah.
get it. The way that light is reflecting into space,
Yeah.
you can look back in the past or whatever.
Okay.
So that's possible.
Yeah.
So maybe you'll be able to actually go into the future and only look at the past.
Well, I mean, that's why we're so fascinated and obsessed, frankly, with past life experiences and channeling past lives, because it's very rare that people can do this and that have developed it into a science as we have, just, through 30 years of working and devoting our whole lives to it. So we feel that, yes, you can hypnotize people, you can regress them to past lives. That's fascinating. I've done it many times. There's something
too.
called quantum hypnosis. We've both done it
Yeah.
and regress to past lives that way. It's like there are many methods where we can access the past and the future. We've learned quite a few techniques where we can see our future, and we've actually developed 5 divination systems where you can, actually predict the future. People say we're fake, but they haven't seen all of our evidence. We have like 10 file cabinets full of proof, and so it's easy to just
Dismiss it because you have no understanding in your own experience. It's easy to say, oh, that's impossible just because of your limited understanding. Your understanding may be like this. And what's needed is an opening of the mind to the point where you can allow this to even be possible in your realm of understanding. And so we invite people to please be open-minded about all things paranormal and metaphysical and psychic, and time travel to future and past being possible, because sky's the limit, really. There are infinite universes and infinite potentialities in in our star system. And so please don't rule anything out. We ask you, if you'd like to go back in time, who would you like to meet and have a conversation with? Please put it in the box
How about
below.
you, Shane? Who would you like to meet if you went back in time?
Oh, I don't even know. I also feel like I'd want to talk to myself, but then I feel like if I did that, that would change my life. You know
Your
what I mean?
younger self, you mean?
Yeah, like tell my younger self, like, it's gonna be fine. But then I feel like if I did that, then I wouldn't be who I am today.
Yeah.
It's very complicated.
Yeah.
I want to go into the future.
Yeah, so do we.
I would like to go back and talk to Andy Warhol. I kind of love Andy Warhol.
Yeah, we love Andy Warhol and John Lennon. He's really a cool guy. I'd love to just have a meeting with him.
I want to talk to Amanda Bynes, like right before everything went down, and just, like see where she's at, and see if I
That's
can see any
cool.
clues. Like that's what I would want.
Yes.
Ah, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, frankly, she could be living in multiple realities at once.
Yeah.
I'm sure she
How do we
is,
know?
and
We
I want
haven't
that.
really.
Yeah, who are we to say that schizophrenic people are not living in
Or bipolar
time
people.
traveling or going
Yeah.
between dimensions?
They probably
channeling
are.
other parts of themselves. You know, we believe that we have many aspects to who we are.
Absolutely.
And we might be channeling them every second of every day.
And so they shouldn't just be straitjacketed. These people shouldn't be just given heavy drugs and medicated and straitjacketed and put in a rubber room, because there's so much that we could potentially learn from people with mental illness.
My brother believes that. My brother's very
Does
into that.
he?
where
What does he believe?
Yeah, he thinks that a lot of mental illness and the fact that, the government, like everybody's drugging all these people who are mentally ill. He thinks that they're drugging them because they don't want them to get on all these dimensions, because then they'll learn shit and they don't want that. I mean, it's interesting to think about because,
As a form of control.
I mean, I don't know. I definitely know a lot of people who are mentally ill, and I know a lot of
Yes.
family members who have
Yeah,
had.
absolutely.
There's some mental illness that runs in my family, and it's
Same.
interesting because sometimes, like, when a relative of mine who's mentally ill will say things, it's so crazy, but also I'm just like, wait, did they just channel something? And everybody's like, they're crazy. It's very interesting.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
the judgment that comes in, just like no possibility, and the door goes down, and it's
When we judge people as crazy, it's really just based on fear, I think. And we don't know. We don't know what that person's reality is. We can never
absolutely
know.
not.
Well, guys, I'll see you in the future and hopefully not the past.
Yes. We have a new book out and it's called You Can't Fix Stupid. And it's up on Amazon. It's a Kindle book and we hope you buy it right now.
And we're gonna have such a good time with you reading this book. We want to hear your feedback, so let us know. And again, we'll see you in the future.